How's it going, everybody? Chaos Gaming here, and yes, we are back with some more My Hero Academia United Survival. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all the villains kit that is currently in the game. We're going to be doing the same thing for the hero side, but I wanted to start off with the villain side. Reason being is because we haven't basically taken a look at any villains at all. The only thing I've heard talks about is Shigaraki. So with that being said, let's not waste any more time. Let's build this shit right the hell up. And ladies and gentlemen, let us get started with today's video. And you can let me know down below, besides any of the hero characters that you are using, what villain character are you guys using? So let's start off with our first villain character, which again is going to be the one that people are talking about the most, Shigaraki. So let's click here and let's see what he's about. I am hoping that the website that Hydros is making is going to be done soon, because I was kind of waiting for that to happen, but sadly that has not been the case yet. So we got the character skill, which is Collapse Zone. At level 1, it performs an AoE attack at the nearest enemy. At level 2, it reduces cooldown by 20%. At level 3, it increases base power by 20%. At level 4, the character skills for this character start at 2-star, but you gotta have them at UR. And then at level 5, when the character is LR, 40% chance to build up small 5 seconds of defense down 3,000 on enemies hit by this skill, which I think this is what makes this Shigaraki very good. I think you could probably get away. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think you can get away with a Shigaraki and Shoto team together. You have the both of them and then just pop off with that defense down. It just sounds crazy to me. And there's the animation for it, which look at level 1. That is some good range right there. Like, what? And then you see at level 5, like, doom, doom, doom on all 4 directions. You're just getting smoked by this. Next, we got the... Oh, wait. We didn't take a... I always forget about the rank thing. So at level 2, increases the attack count of the skill by 1. At level 3, reduces the cooldown of the skill. At level 4, increases the power of the skill. One kind of problem I have with this game is like, okay, reduce the cooldown of the skill by what? That's what I want to know. By what? They don't really give you the certain percentage. And the same thing with the increases the power of the skill. By what? This is another reason why we need Hydros' website, because he will give us the specific values for this. And then at the max star 1, max star 1, increase the attack count of the skill by 40% to build up medium 5 seconds of AoE defensive down 3,000 on enemies hit by this skill. And now let's take a look at the ultimate move, which is going to be the Hand of Decay. At level 1, performs an AoE attack at the nearest enemy, 50% chance to build up medium 10 seconds of laceration, aka bleed of this game, 3% on enemies hit by this skill, and then grants the character 10 seconds of attack up 20% after attacking with this skill. Increases the base power by 10%, and then increases the attack up effect duration of this skill by 5 seconds, but you need the character at UR. Then once you have the character at LR, increases the base power by 10%, increases the laceration effect duration of this skill by 5 seconds, and then changes the attack up percentage from 20% to 40%. And then this is the animation on the ultimate skill, which I wish they would show like the character cutting into this, but they don't do that at all. Alright, so now let's take a look at the costume that Shigaraki has. When the one effect increases the team's attack by 6% and the main character's SP regeneration by 0.03 per second. At 2 effect, increases the character's attack by 5% and max HP by 10%. At 3 effect, increases the main character SP regeneration by 0.05 per second and these character's AoE damage by 17%. At 4 effect, that you need the character SR plus, increases the character's attack by 7% and max HP by 12%. At effect 5, character has to be UR, increases the team attack by 760 and damage by 4%. And then at 6 effect, when you have him at LR, increases the character's attack by 9% and max HP by 15%. So, his synchros, what does he have? He has a synchro with Kurogiri and Shigaraki. At 1 of the diamonds, increases crit value by 450. And max, increases crit value by 760. Next, we have the man who would destroy the present. When you have 1 diamond of this, increases attack by 1.5%. And then when you have it max, it increases attack by 2.5%. Interview with Midoriya. Interesting that these two have a synchro together. It's like kind of how All Might and All For One have a synchro together. So this increases attack by your player level times 4. And then at max, increases attack by your player level times 8. We have the evil that was once scattered, increases damage by 3% and melee defense by 40%. At max, increases crit damage by 5% and melee defense by 100. All of this is for you, the cap of the century. At 1 diamond, increases skill point acquisition by 2%. Then at 3 diamonds, increases skill point acquisition by 3% and attack by 110. That's how you got here. Increases attack by your player level times 6. And then at max, increases attack by your player level times 9. So, that was Shigaraki. I do not want to do that at all. Let's take a look at the next villain, which is going to be All for One. Alright. So, let's start off with his character skill, which is going to be at level 1, performs projectile attacks at the nearest enemy in the direction of the character is facing within a 180-degree angle that pierces up to 20 times. 30% chance to build up small knockback into medium knockback on enemies hit by the skill. At level 2, eliminates a portion of enemy fire hit by the skill. At level 3, increases base power by 10%, adds 10 additional piercing shots. Level 4, the same as always, character skill for this character starts at 2 stars, and then at level 5, allows the skill to pierce a limitless number of enemies. And this is the animation for this skill right here. Okay, I don't know why it's taking a little bit now. Let's give it a sec. If not, I'll just restart it. I think my patience is growing weird. Let's restart it. Why is it not loading? What the hell? Hello? Earth to video game. So we cannot see the animation right now. Alright, whatever. Let's take a look at it. The ranks. So rank 2 increases the attack range of the skill. Star 3 increases the power of the skill. Star 4 increases the attack range of the skill. And then at star max 1 increases the power of the skill. And then increases the attack range of the skill. So we'll take a look at the ultimate animation. We cannot take a look at either animation, I guess. Okay, I don't know why. It's not showing me the animation. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why at all it's not showing the animation, but whatever. Let's move on. Next, we got the costume right here. So, one effect increases the team's attack by 3.5% and the character's projectile damage by 14%. At 2 effect, increases the character's attack by 5% and max HP by 10%. At 3 effect, increases the main character's SP regeneration by 0.06 seconds. And the character's projectile damage by 17%. At 4 effect, increases the character's attack by 7% and max HP by 12%. At 5 effect, increases the team's attack by 5% and attack speed by 650. And then at 6 effect, increases the character's attack by 9% and max HP by 15%. So that's all for one. Real quick, let's try one more time. Maybe it'll load. Okay, there we go. Bam, finally. Alright, so compared to Shigaraki's, I mean, not the greatest, but we can take a look at the max star now. Okay, there we go. And then the ultimate move right here. Oh my god. That lunge effect is crazy. But it's not really like an AoE though. But that still is crazy. Alright, and now let's take a look at his synchro. So we got 1 for all and all for one. We already seen what this does. I don't need your quirk. This one at 1 diamond increases attack by your player level times 4. And then at max increases attack by your player level times 6. And HP recovery amount by 370. We have all of this is for you that we already took a look at. A clash between justice and evil. Did we take a look at this already? I think we did, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna assume that we did. Alright, next character, which is going to be Stain. Alright, buddy, what do you got for us? What do you got for us? Hello? His character skill, Murderous Battle, at level 1 performs a melee attack at the nearest enemy in the direction the character is facing within a 180-degree angle. Generates an additional melee attack at the nearest enemy after attacking with this skill. There's a 20% chance to build small 5 seconds of movement speed down. 30% on enemies hit by the skill. At level 2, increases the crit rate of the skill by 20%. At level 3, reduces cooldown by 20%. At level 4, same thing as always, character skills for the start as 2. And then at level 5, increases base power by 20%. Next, we got the stars. So star 1 is always the same. Star 2, additional attacks pierce enemies up to 2 times. At star 3, reduces the cooldown of the skill. At star 4, increases the power of the skill. And then at max stars, increases the attack range of the skill and generates an additional attack in 3 directions. Changes the movement speed down build up for this skill to medium. And then so we cannot take a look at the animations right now. Okay, I think we just gotta wait until we like at least read the effects of the costume. But Bloody Purge. So the ultimate move at level 1 generates a hitbox around the character for 10 seconds. 100% chance to build up medium for 5 seconds of movement speed down. 50% chance on enemies below 100% that are hit within the hitboxes. Grant the characters 10 seconds of crit rate up 10% and crit rate damage up to 50% after activating the skill. At level 2, 30% chance to build up small 3 seconds of paralysis. 3% on enemies below 100% that are hit within the hitboxes generated by this skill. At level 3, increases the duration of hitboxes generated by this skill by 5 seconds. 50% chance to build up medium 5 seconds of melee defense down 3000 on enemies below 100% that are hit within that are hit within hitboxes generated by this skill. That sounds so weird. Next, we got the costume for Stain. On effect, increases the team attack by 650 and the character attack speed by 1500. I would just say that percentage is always better than the base value. 2 effect increases the character's attack by 5% and max HP by 10%. At 3 effect increases the character's attack speed by 1000 and melee damage by 10,000. At 4 effect increases the character's attack by 7% and max HP by 12%. At 5 effect increases the team's melee damage by 13.5%, and then at 6 effect increases the character's attack by 9% and max HP by 15%. Can we take a look at the animations before we move on? Okay, there we go. Not gonna hold you, that is definitely not the greatest right there, especially from a SR character. Okay, that's good. That is good right there. Alright, it saved them right there. Alright, what about this? Whoa, okay, that is crazy. What the hell? Damn, it's all over the place with that down there. Alright, next character. Oh, wait, the synchros. I always forget the synchros, my bad. Forgive me. The man who would destroy the present. So we already took a look at this earlier. Hero Killer Stain versus UA Students. So right here, he increases crit damage by 3% and crit value by 120. And then when it's maxed out, increases crit damage by 4.5% and crit value by 250. If I just use my legs / arms, that's all I need. This one is including the collection. Increases attack by 4%. And then when you have all of it maxed out, increases attack by 6% and crit damage by 3.5%. I am hoping with this game, one thing that I really am going to be critical about this, that they got to make it a little bit more easier for you to get the... What is this? And Ultra Impact was bad at this too. To get the rest of the pieces for your that's what I'm gonna call it. The pieces of your characters, or make like this universal piece item that it's easier to access for free-to-play players. Next we got, that's how you got here, but we already took a look at that. You will see the world that you've created. So at 1 diamond increases crit value by 350, and then at the max diamond increases crit value by 460, and HP recovery amounts by 100. Alright, so that is the boy Stain. Now we're going to be taking a look at some of the R villains. The first one is going to be Dabi. A lot of people that wanted him as an SR. I'm not going to hold you. I'm surprised that they didn't do that. So character skill, which is going to be Fiery Resentment. Level 1 performs a piercing projectile rapid fire attacks into the direction the character is facing for 1 second. Level 2 increases base power by 20%. And level 3 increases the attack range of the skill. Level 4, characters for the skill characters start at 2 stars. And then at 5, reduces the cooldown by 20%. At the rank, starting at level 2, reduces the cooldown of the skill. At level 3, increases the attack range of the skill. At star 4, 20% chance to build up small 3 seconds of burn, 3% on enemies hit by the skill. And then at 1 star, which is the max star, increases the power of the skill and increases the attack count of the skill. Okay, we actually take a look at it early. Nice. This, to me, it was whatever. I just felt like, you know what? I don't really want to use this character like that. I'm not going to hold you. Even at the max level, look at that. Like, what the hell? I mean, sure, the burning is giving you a little bit more damage, but still, that range is just not that good in my personal opinion. Next, we got the ultimate move, Blue Condemnation. Yeah, I think, hopefully I'm saying that right, Condemnation. At level 1, performs a projectile attack at the nearest enemy. 40% chance to build up large 5 seconds of burn. 5% on enemies hit by the skill. At level 2, increases the base power by 10%, changes the chance of activating burning to 70% for the skill. Then at level 3, increases the base power by 10%, changes the chance of activating burn to 100% of the skill. And then it's the animation for it. Which, I mean, I guess pretty cool, but still, that's what I'm saying at the end of the day. Like, besides burn, it's just, I don't know. That's why I'm not really rocking with this character. I mean, but the effects on the cost is pretty good. 1 effect increases the team attack by 850 and the character's projectile damage for 5%. At 2 effect increases the character's attack by 5% and max HP by 10%. At 3 effect increases the character's attack by 570 and projectile damage by 17%. At 4 effect increases the character's attack by 7% and max HP by 12%. At 5 effect increases the team attack by 3.5% and damage by 3.5%. And then at 6 effect increases the character's attack by 9% and max HP by 15%. Alright, synchros that we have for this character. A brat and a guy with no manners. Increases the attack by 420. When maxed out, increases the attack by 550 and crit value by 150. We already took a look at this. Now it begins. Increases attack speed by 350 and then maxed out, increases attack speed by 400 and crit value by 230. Well, isn't that a tragedy? So we got right here at the 1 diamond, increases attack by your player level times 5, and then maxed out increases attack by your player level times 9 and attack speed by 170. So that is the boy Dabi. Let's take a look at our next character, which is going to be Toga. And then I think after this it's Kurogiri and we are done. So the character skill, who first? So at level 1, performs a projectile attack at the nearest enemy in the direction that the character is facing within a 135 degree range. 20% chance to build up Small 5 seconds of Lactation, which is the bleed that we talked about earlier. 3% on enemies hit by this skill. Level 2 increases the base power by 20%. At level 3 reduces the cooldown by 20%. At level 4 characters for this skill. This character start at 2 stars, and then at 5 increase the crit rate of the skill by 20%. Kind of reminds me back day of the blue Toga, who had a lot of crit rate and crit damage on her. Next, we got the ranking. Starting at level 2, reduce the cooldown of the skill, and then at level sorry, I keep saying levels and stars. My bad. Star 3 increases the power of the skill. Star 4 changes the chance of activating activation to 40% of the skill. And then you have the max star, increases the shot range of the skill. If the enemy hit by this skill are inflicted with activation, grants the character 3 seconds of SP regeneration, rate up 1.5 per second if set as the main character. And then this is her level 1. Again, not the greatest in the world. And then at the max stars, this hit is just a 5 stars, but whatever. Yeah, you see, really not the greatest in the world. But now we got the ultimate move, which is going to be Bloodsucker Shot. I know a lot of people will say, damn, I wish she sucked my blood. Let's not do that in this video. Perform projectile attack with the nearest enemy within the target area around the character for 10 seconds. 40% chance to build up. Medium 5 seconds of Lactation. 3% on enemies hit by this skill. Level 2 increases base power by 10%. If enemies hit by this skill are inflicted with Lactation, grants the character 5 seconds of crit rate up 20%. Level 3 increases the base power by 10%, increases the attack duration of the skill by 5 seconds. And then this is the animation. Again, look, that's not even crazy max rank. Like, what the hell? Why would you even waste time with this character unless, number 1, you need it for a certain event, or number 2, you just don't really got characters like that. You're trying to save your gems like me. But still, not really the greatest in the world. Synchros right here, which you already probably saw majority of hers. The only things that we haven't seen is this one here with Midoriya, a cute boy I'm interested in. Increases max HP by 400 and HP recovery amounts by 75. And then at the max stamina, increases max HP by 800 and HP recovery amount by 120. Yeah, we basically took out everything else. I thought it'd be more synchros, I'm not gonna lie, but they didn't really go that crazy with that. Is Kurogiri the last one? Yeah, Kurogiri is going to be the last character of this video. This is the character that I'm currently using, and there is a reason why. So character skill, we have the villain transfer. Performs 3 AoE attacks at the nearest enemy that pierces 1 time. At level 2, increases the base power by 20%. At level 3, increases the crit rate of the skill by 20%. At level 4, character skills for this character start at 2 stars. And then level 5 reduces the cooldown by 20%. At 2 star, reduces the cooldown of the skill. At 3 star, regenerates attacks in 3 directions. At 4 star, increases the power of the skill. And then at star max 1, places 1 additional warp gate for the skill, increases the power of the skill. This is how it is. So yeah, as you can see, it launches from multiple directions, which I do like that from this character. And then, man, you get to see a level 5. Look, just look at that. That's nice. For our character, that is nice for sure. I mean, would I say he's better compared to other art characters that we currently have? Not really, no. Especially for Kaminari that we're going to be taking a look at. Kaminari, like, bro, they would have to go out of their way to make that character bad in most of these games. But we got the ultimate, which is going to be Warp Gate Evasion. At level 1, grants all allies 6 seconds of invincibility. That's the reason why I'm using him. That invincibility comes in clutch. Level 2, increases the invincibility effect duration of the skill by 2 seconds. And then level 3, increases the invincibility effect duration of the skill by 2 seconds. Grants all allies 10 seconds of movement speed up 20% after the skill is activated. And then this is the animation right here. So yeah, I really do like that effect of just having that invincibility. And then just him having that nice little AoE as well. The synchros for this character is only him and Shigaraki, which you already did take a look at. And that is basically it for all the villains that we currently have in, let me just double check, in My Hero Academia United Survival. So with that, that's where we're going to be ending today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to like and comment if you want to. You don't have to, but it's always greatly appreciated. Also subscribe. Again, you can let me know down below, out of all the characters that we just saw, who is the character that you are currently using in game. I would recommend, if you guys are asking which villain character, I would definitely say Shigaraki is that #1 character that we should be using, that we should be getting, that we should be chasing. Because he is just that guy with that AoE defensive down, hitting that nice AoE at level 1. And then it's just that all that other stuff that he's doing as well with the support. And just, yeah, he's just that guy. So with that, I'll see y'all next time. Peace.